One of the best sort of off-the-cuff, quick, offbeat, false shuffles is the Greek shuffle. In fact, it can be found all the way back in an old German book from the 1800s, and also later published in this guide right here, The Expert at the Card Table. I'm sure that you know what the Greek shuffle is, and if you don't, I'll go over it in this video, and a trick you can do with the Greek shuffle. I'll just say it right now, it's a triumph effect. You do triumph with the Greek shuffle. How cool is that? Let's get into it. Alright, so here is what this trick looks like. So let's say that we had a card selected. In this case, we'll use the 10 of hearts, and then we'll just put it back somewhere in the middle of the deck, maybe right around there. Now, the goal is to really lose that card and mix up the cards in several ways. Maybe we can give it like an overhand shuffle like this, or a shuffle, normally, from the ends like this, or we can give it one of these shuffles here, like from the side, just to really make sure that everything is good and lost in the deck like this. Now, I can also give it one of the craziest shuffles, one of the shuffles that just makes no sense, and I don't know why people still use it. It's where you take about half the cards like this and turn them face up, and then just shuffle them into the side like this, and the face down cards. You can really see that happening. It's kind of weird. So now, to find your card, I also have to determine whether it's face up or face down in this whole sort of mess here. But I can do that by magic. All I do is I slightly square them up like this, give it a little wave, and a snap, and you'll see that all of a sudden, all those face-up cards completely disappear, besides one card, which happens to be your card, that 10 of hearts. Alright, so the tutorial is have a card chosen, controlled at the top, and do a Greek shuffle face up and face down. Have a good day! I'm totally kidding. Here's more detail on that. So you want to have a card chosen, and then the card control that I used is one of the many versions of the Convincing Control by Ed Marlowe, and this is a really good one because you don't have to switch a card. The actual card goes in the middle. So what I did there was this. I had a card chosen. In this case, we'll use the Jack of Clubs here. But if you want to, you don't have to see it when you're doing the trick. You can just have them pick a card and then you put it back here. And then all you're going to do for this control is put it on top of this very bottom card in this fan here. Okay, so you'll just insert it on top of that single card. And what's going to happen is it's going to look like you just shove that card into this fan here. But what really happens is this. You shove that card just past this bottom card. It's just going to clear it, sort of click out of there like this, and you'll see and feel that click. And so it's just being held now when it clears that card underneath this fan here, just like this. It's just loose there. So once again, you're here, you have the card touched or whatever. Now, with your fingers, you really want to make sure that that bottom card of the fan here is sort of away or more exposed from the rest of the fan here. That way it's a little bit easier to clear it like this as you insert it in like this, and it just simply looks like that card is sticking out of the middle of this fan, but really you're just, like I said, clearing it away from that bottom card there. So it's just being held pretty much with your index finger like this from the side. So here's that's what's going on there. So now when you shove it in, it's just still being held by the index finger there. Shove it in like this, and if you just close the deck up, that card's just going to ride to the bottom of the deck. So now that it's on bottom, you can start talking about different ways to lose the card by doing shuffles. And the first one you'll do is an overhand shuffle, just shuffling that bottom card, their selection, to the top of the deck. Say, I can do, different shuffles to lose your card further. And as you're saying this, you just control it to the top of the deck with that overhand shuffle. Now you can do any type of shuffle you want. I did a Pharaoh shuffle, but you don't have to by any means. You can just do a riffle shuffle in the hands, keeping that card on top. Now you say sometimes people do it from the side like this, and this is where a Greek shuffle comes in. This one's not really a Greek shuffle. I mean, you can if you want, but it just gets them accustomed to the sort of false Greek shuffle that you'll do here in a minute. But here you can actually weave them for real, just making sure that these cards go under that top card, right? So you're just here like this, and you just sort of just do this and making it clear that you're actually shuffling the cards like this. This is called conditioning, okay? So they can see the cards really being shuffled there, but all the while, that card is still on top of the deck. Now you go into the face up, face down Greek shuffle, and here's what it is. So once again, you take about half the cards from the bottom like this, and maybe less than half, okay? So now you just turn them face up, and really make it clear that these are face up and face down cards, right? So now you're going to go into the Greek shuffle, which looks like this. To describe it, it's similar in mechanics to a sort of, I guess, a zero shuffle in a way, because all you're going to do, what's happening is you're putting this whole block underneath that top card, and that is the position for triumph, right? So what you're going to do is this, because you want to sort of hide it at first, and there's no good angle to hide it really except for straight on like this. So to hide it, you want to have that index finger curled around, and so it's pretty much covering the front end of this face down packet right here. So you're going to act like you weave them in there like this, like you did before for real, right? But really, all you're going to do is sort of lift up this thumb so you have a clean edge of that top card for this packet to just slide in underneath that card like this, right? The packet just slides in underneath like this, right? But that's hidden, of course, with these fingers and this finger here. Like this is the whole cover, right? So they can't really see what's happening. So you just rock back and forth like this, acting like you're doing that weave shuffle again, or that Greek shuffle like this, and then just simply lift up on that top card, their selection there, and just simply slide that packet in underneath that one single card like that, all right? But now you can really like do more of a back and forth rocking action, and you can expose it at this point because it looks legit, right? I mean, from the front there, it really looks like the cards are weaving into each other, and then you can enhance that by taking your fingers here and lifting up on that back card, that bottom card, and doing this. I mean, look how good that looks, right? It really looks like cards are going face up and face down at this point, and then you want to sort of tap them down because you want to mimic that resistance, right? As if they are being shuffled into each other. But like I said, the end result is that you are left with this triumph configuration like we're all used to. So now, all I got to do now is say, look, now not only do I have to find your card, I have to determine whether it's one of the face-up cards or the face-down cards. And here you're just doing the standard triumph display, cutting at the natural back-to-back separation because of the how cards are bowed, right? This is a natural break. You'll always cut to it. Now you want to just turn the top packet over like this in the display action. So blah, blah, blah. Now I have to determine whether your card is face up or face down, and just do that, turn that over, and then that's the final display. It's sort of like you're doing a Stuart Gordon double lift turnover like this, and just do that to bring those up. And it still looks like you have face up and face down card, which is another convincer. So now, that's actually their card that's face up in the middle now because of that turnover just now. So now all I got to do is square them up like this very slowly. See, look, but if I did it by magic, I would just sort of wave my hand over and snap. And you can see that all of a sudden, all the face-up cards disappear completely besides one card, which happens to be your card, the Jack of Clubs. Alright guys, so as always, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It truly does mean the world to me. And so if you learned something new and if you got value from the video, do me the hugest favor and hit that like button and sub to the channel. Until next time, happy practicing. I love you guys.